Hi, my name is Melanie and I am your IVF nurse. Today we're going to talk about doing subcutaneous injections. This initially we're just going to start with Puregon Gonal F and Avidril. So what I have here is a demonstration pen of Puregon. When you open up your pen, initially what happens is that you're going to have an empty pen. So literally it will have nothing in it. What you need to do is have a cartridge, and a cartridge can come in a multi-dose injection. So this here means that it'll last more than one injection. So if it's multi-dose. Now depending on your dose, it could last you one, it could last you 5 days, really depends on what your doctor has specified. So these cartridges come in units of 300, 600, and 900 units. So for example, if your injections are 300 units per day, then one 900 unit cartridge would give you 3 days of injections. And then the other thing that's always good to remember is that there's always overfill in these cartridges as well. So approximately about 100 units extra. So you don't want to throw these out. You want to accumulate them. That way you can use them near the end of your cycle, so you're not having to buy little bits of drugs that you're not going to need. So once you have your cartridge, your box that has the cartridge will come with needles that look like this. And what you want to do is take your cartridge and put it into your pen. So your pen, you need to unscrew it. The cartridge going in metal part first, and then you screw the pen together. Now, if you should put the cartridge in backwards, it won't let you screw the pen together. So it's pretty much foolproof. So metal part going in first, screw the pen together. You always want to make sure that the rectangle and triangle are aligned. Then what you're going to do is take your alcohol swab, and this, you want to clean the tip because this is where the needle will be applied. So depending on your dose, so let's say your dose is 75 units. What you want to do is turn the dial towards you, and each click is approximately 8 units. So what you want to do is dial all the way to 75, and if you can see, I've gone more than 75. So what you need to do is go all the way to the end and then reset your pen back at 0. And then let me just take a better look at this. So all the way to 75. So you want that little arrow or point right at the 75. Once you've got your dose and you've confirmed that you're at the 75 units, you want to take a new needle every time, peel this off, and then this needle screws on until you get resistance. Now what you're going to do is take off the large cap. There'll be a small cap right there. You want to remove that, and then you're ready for the shot. Now most people, when you're doing this initially, it is very nerve-wracking. What you want to do is take a few deep breaths. This injection can be done in your tummy or your thigh. If you're doing your tummy, then what you're going to do is 2 to 3 fingers away from your belly button on either side. And with each day that you're doing the injection, you want to rotate your sites. If you're doing your thigh, you're doing the outer portion of the thigh. Now, once you've mustered up the courage to stick yourself, what you need to do, the whole needle should be in the skin or in the layers of the skin. And then in order to inject the medication into you, you're going to push this, and as you push it, the medication will come out and you'll hear the click, 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 and it will go all the way back down to 0, and that indicates that you have had your 75 units or whatever your daily dose was specified by your reproductive endocrinologist. Okay, so this is Puregon. What you're going to do once you've done your shot, wait a few seconds, pull out the needle, see how there's a drip right there. What you want to do is not panic. That's why there is a little bit of overfill in all the cartridges to allow for this dripping. You will then take your large cap, you're going to put it on as such, and then you're going to unscrew. Whoops. And that can happen, so you want to make sure that you unscrew it all the way until the needle comes off. And then this would go into your gray medical waste bag if you have one that the clinic would have provided to you, or if you have a yogurt container or Tupperware, anything such as that, you can store it in that, and then when you're going into the clinic, you can dispose of your needles there. Okay, so that's the Puregon or Foley stem. You can cut that. So the next injection we're going to discuss is the Gonal F pen. Gonal F and Puregon are similar, two different drug companies. However, the doctor will prescribe either one or the other if you're going to be using this particular medication. You will not use Puregon and Gonal F together in the same cycle. With the Gonal F, it will come in a box, and same thing, it's a multi-dose pen. And everything is in the pen. So these pens can come in units of 300, 450, or 900 units, and just as the Puregon, there is always overfill in these pens. Now when you take it out of the box, you'll have one pen like this, and then you'll have many needles. You'll end up with a lot of needles that look like this. Okay, now what's going to happen, you open up your pen. When you open up your pen, what you're going to see is that the medication is already preloaded in there, so there are no cartridges that you have to fill. You're buying the pen as a whole with the medication already in. Now, once you have your pen out of the box, same thing. This is where the needle attaches. So you want to clean the top with an alcohol swab, and this here, when you're attaching the needle, you want to use a new needle every time, and as I mentioned, the needles are going to look like this, and you'll have a lot of them in your Gonal F kit. Now, this one here, if you can see in this window, it should read 0, and it really depends on how the light hits it, okay? Now, what you want to do, if your dose is 75 units, you want to dial your dose, and this would be turning away from you in order to dial, and it goes in increments of 12.5 units per click. So what you're going to do is go all the way to, oh, I'm way ahead. This is now 125. So if you over dial, then what you're going to do is just turn it back until you see your 75 units in the window. Okay? Now, once you've got your 75 units and you've confirmed that whatever your recommended dose from your physician is in that window, then what you're going to do is make sure that you've cleaned the tip here where the needle attaches with an alcohol swab or a cotton ball that you've put rubbing alcohol on it, and then you're going to take a new needle every time you're doing the injection. You want to peel this off, and the important thing is when you're screwing this on, and don't worry about this little bubble that you see here, that's just there and it won't do anything to you. You pull off the large cap, you pull off the green cap, that's your needle right there, okay? Now, when you're doing your shot, same technique. You want to be pushing this end of the pen, going in, and as you push it, the dial where it says 75 units or whatever your recommended dose is, will go all the way back down to 0. So as you're doing that, and you're doing these injections in your tummy or thigh, same technique, 2 to 3 centimeters on either side of your belly button, and you want to rotate your sights. If you're doing your thigh, you're doing it on the outer portions of your thigh. When you're ready and you've taken your few deep breaths and got your needle in, so the whole needle is in, you're going to push this, and as you push it, the medication's going to come out, and then you wait a few seconds, let go, pull the needle out. Same thing. If you see that the tip of the needle drips, don't worry about it. That is because of the overfill that is in the pens. Your window here should indicate 0, if you can see that. From there, that means you've gotten your recommended dose for your daily injection. Now, with the Gonal F pen, you should be given a kit that's got a needle disposal box, and you would just put it in and follow the arrows and it'll unscrew and the needle falls into it. If you do not have a kit, then you want to carefully take the large cap, and then you're going to just put that on and unscrew until this needle comes off, and then you want to take this needle, put it into your medical disposal or your Tupperware or your empty yogurt container, whatever you're using to hold your dirty needles. And then you're bringing that into the clinic to dispose of them. Now, with your Gonal F pen, you're going to recap it, and then you're going to store this either back in the fridge, whatever your clinic has recommended, or at room temperature. Once you've punctured either of the pens, so Puregon or Gonal F, once the pens have been punctured, they're only good for 28 days after you have used them from the starting dose. Okay, so you want to follow your clinic's instructions on storage. Now, the last injection we're going to do or discuss is called Ovidril, and this is used when you're doing inseminations. Some clinics may use this for your trigger shot as well, but this is the final injection that is going to trigger you or make you release your egg, just as you're about to ovulate. If you're not ovulating on your own, this will give you the final push. Now, this may be told to be given to you at a specific time. Some clinics will say, oh, anytime after 5 o'clock. If you're doing this injection, say for IVF, then what you want to do is follow the instructions, because this injection will be timed for your egg retrieval, and that can be 35 hours prior to your scheduled time of egg retrieval, 36 hours. Some women will need 38 hours. There is a window once you've received the shot, I believe up to about 41 hours before the eggs are actually released for ovulation. So anywhere as early as 35 hours to about 41, 42 hours after you've done the shot, that your egg should be released from the wall of the follicle and on its way either to be retrieved or starting to travel through, leaving the egg and traveling through the fallopian tubes. Now, what you want to do, same thing, it looks very similar to the Gonal F pen, same company. The medication is preloaded into here, and it's 250 micrograms. So what you want to do is clean the top, because this is where the needle attaches. You want to clean the top with an alcohol swab. In your box that you get your pen in, you're also going to get a couple of needles like this. And what you're going to do, in the same window you see it says 0, you want to dial it to your 250. Each pen is a single dose, so it's just 0 to 250. And what you're going to do is dial it all the way 250 in the window there, if you can see that. Okay, and the pen actually will come out all the way, and once you're there you won't be able to dial it anymore, so you're just dialing it right to the end of the pen. What you're going to do next is take a new needle and you're going to just peel that off. Same thing, you want to screw the needle on till you get resistance. You're taking off the large cap, taking off the green cap, and then you're ready for the injection. So same thing, this is a subcutaneous injection. So what you want to do is in your tummy or thigh, and once you've picked your spot, you're going to take a couple deep breaths, and you're going to insert the needle. Whole needle goes into the area you've chosen, and then from there you're going to push this button, and as you push, the medication comes out into you, and you want to push all the way to the end until you can't push anymore. What you'll do is wait a few seconds, let go, pull out of your area that you've injected. If you see a drip like this, don't worry about it. It should read 0 in your window, meaning that you've gotten your full 250 micrograms of your required injection. All right, so once you're done with this, same thing, large cap, you're going to just gently put that on, unscrew to remove the needle, and then this goes into your medical waste bag or your container that you're disposing all of your used needles in. Now, once you're done with this, cap goes on, and then you can return all of your medication. EMD Serono does have a recycling program, so clinics will encourage you to return these pens back, and they should have like a recycling disposal for these pens specifically located at your clinic. Okay, so that is my topic of conversation for today. I hope this helps you with your injections. Good luck, and thanks for watching. Have a good Sunday.